Hi guys, welcome back. We are here for another league, and this time we are trying Esper Reanimator. So basically I've tried putting a little bit of black into this. I've tried running a little bit of Exhume instead of late to dinner, or as well as late to dinner, and Exhume's just not it. Especially when you're looking at cast down and creatures, countering creatures, it just gets really awkward, and you don't really need to be fast. We're not putting an Ullmog's Crusher in or a Dragon's Breath or anything like that. So because of that, I think late to dinner is where we want to be. And so basically what I'm trying is, I'm just trying a bit of Esper with better, basically it's blue-white with better removal. That's kind of what I'm looking at going for here. It might not work. I haven't really tested this list at all. The Manabase is a bit wonky. There's two ways you can go about the Manabase. You can have a solid coloured Manabase, so a lot of tap lands, you know, like Aqueducts and Chanceries, or even just a bunch of Thriving lands. Kind of cast your spells, because you've got all the colours. But with a very heavy tap land Manabase, you're basically never really going to cast your spells on time. And it's just a bit clunky. So I'd rather get a little bit greedy with my mana base and be able to cast a lot of my spells on time for the most part, but then sometimes not be able to cast like double spell because my mana base is very basic heavy. So I've kind of hedged towards that basically being able to cast one important spell on time is probably going to be more crucial than casting multiple spells that are just a lot slower. So with that in mind, I will be keeping an eye on the mana base for moving forward for future events, like future leagues. But let's get right into the deck. So for most of you, you've seen Blue-White Reanimator. Effectively the game plan is to Crab or Soul or Muldrifter, and then use Ephemerate for Muldrifter and Soul, or as sort of protection spell with Crab really as well. And then basically you look at late to dinnering. You late to dinner either a Soul to go in the air or a Mirrorshell Crab just because it's a big guy. And then you use a blue-white Evoke or a Familiar's kind of shell to kind of get there with counter spells, Preordains and Ponders, and Archaeomancers. And that's pretty much the deck. I do think Crab or even potentially Riverwinder does actually get better in the Esper list because you can kind of clear the ground a bit with the cast downs and the chainers and the fumes and stuff. So I'm kind of like, I'm just going to trial this list. I haven't run a league with it. I've tested a couple of games here and there with the mana base just to see how it is to cast spells. But that is all I've really done. I haven't played a league. So we are going to trial this and we're just going to see how it runs, how it feels, see if there's something there or not. Moving on to the sideboard. Basically we've got two Tormod's Crypts, because Cycle Storm's still a thing. There is other decks that rely on the graveyard, but Cycle Storm's one of them, and also the Tron deck is around, so that's kind of like something that I'm really looking at trying to at least have an out for. I don't think they're particularly good matchups, but having some form of out to it is probably pretty good. We've got 4 Blue Elemental Blasts, just because a lot of decks will be running Pyroblast, but there's also a lot of red-based decks about Boros, Affinity, even Burn are all still pretty popular, so having access to 4 of these is probably where I want to be. We've got 4th Chainers in the sideboard just to kind of shore up those kind of Red Heroic or Bogles matchups, that kind of thing, and then a 3rd Fumes as well, just to kind of shore up the Fair matchup as well. Finally, we've got 4 Dust to Dust because Affinity is still a thing. And they also are quite relevant against other things. They do kind of come in against the Eggtron. They do kind of come in some numbers in the Boros matchup, depending if it's the Battle Screech or the Synthesizer version. And then the last 2 cards are 1 Revoke Existence, 1 Leave No Trace. I did initially have 2 Leave No Trace in for the Bogles matchup, but I thought having a 5th effective like Artifact Hate spell is probably worth more than having a better Bogles hate card, because Leave No Trace doesn't come in against anything else really other than Bogles. So that is the deck, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the league, and I hope you enjoy the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to see anything or any tips or whatever, just hit me up in the comments below. Cheers guys, see you guys for round 1. Hey guys, welcome back to round 1 here. We are on the draw, and this hand sucks. So this is the problem obviously with running a basic heavy mana base. Like casting, we can cast effectively these spells here, which is good, but drawing something like counter spell is basically out the question. And then most likely we now have to search for a blue source for this, which then means this is just even further away from uncastable. We could keep this and hope that these 2 kill spells and the 2 fumes cycling is probably good enough, which is probably a risk that I'm willing to take, I think, but the hand does suck. I think I am actually going to keep this and just hope these are good enough. So we're against elves, most likely. We could also be against walls. So yeah, I'm going to play this black source here. And then just Ash Barrens for an island. Suffocating Fumes is obviously great here if it is elves. I guess it also could be some like strange stompy list, but most lists don't run like Lamb or Elf and things. I'd most likely put him on elves here. Yeah. Here's a bunch of X1s, which is good, because then it means we can just search for island here, and then kind of cast down one of the big guys, or just end of turn Suffocating Fumes to then chain as the big guy, like say a Vanguard or something. Basic land cycle here for an island. Ash Barrens is also a good draw. Means we can just leave, play the island and then basic land cycle for another island here. But having access to just good removal spells, just really good here. Denizen. So I'm going to cast down this, especially if he plays another 1-drop. I'm still going to cast down this end of turn. Hits us for 2 here. This obviously stops. This obviously stops the Suffocating Fume, so I kind of need to get rid of that now. So I'm just going to play this Plains here and just pass, and then just end the turn Fumes, I think. Depending on obviously what he plays. Which is fine. 3 mana. Timberwatch, sure. It's a hitters for 2. So I'm just going to Fumes here. Kill his board minus the elf. And then we get the chain as him. And then I'm going to basic land cycle for an island here. And just play it. I think it might be a bit greedy only having 1 swamp, 1 plains, but I think I'm fine. I'm fine with having just this slightly more greedy mana base here just to lead. Good lead or bad lead? You get 4 cards. Okay. So he's got Priest, Birchlaw, Timberwatches, and Aquarian Ranger. These are like Timberwatch and Aquarian is kind of like the cards we need to worry about, I think. Another cast down. I kind of don't think I want any of these. There are Suffocating Fumes to answer everything that he's got there. I'm just kind of looking for lands here. Late to dinner. Priest, sure. Aquarian, sure. So, I guess we kind of just tap out for soul and then play this as a black source. I don't mind that. Because he's not going to... Yeah, I do like that. I just think we evoke this. We can then late to dinner it, but we can also then just Suffocating Fumes chainers as well. This kind of gets us just the ability to get a threat on the board. I think we do this for black so we can Fumes and chainers in the same turn. I think that seems fine. And he gets to play the Birch Law, sure. Okay. And he plays the Timber Watch. And he's got 2 cards in hand. Untaps this. 5 mana floated for another Priest. With 2 cards in hand and one's a Forest. And a Welsh. So he has a Forest in hand, which we know about. So basically we now get to Suffocating Fumes, wipe his board by this and this, and then make a Chainers and he gets to choose between these two. I think that's fine. Second Fumes here. Then it's a sack a guy, probably this, I'd assume. So he has 1 card in hand, which is a Forest. Elvish Vanguard. Okay. Muldrift is a great draw here. If we draw another land for next turn, we can Archaeoman to bring like a cast down, play a cast down. So I think I just hard cast. The opponent said this deck is my nemesis. Yeah, so just hard cast the Muldrifter here, and then we just fly for 2. Kind of go from there. Got another. I've got a lead. Jeez. Luckily, it looks like he only hit 1 card. That's good for us. He can attack with the Elvish Vanguard here as well. Maybe I should have left a bird back, but did that before. What? Oh, he targeted the wrong guy. So yeah, that was pretty good. I'm happy the way that hand turned out. It turned out obviously the cast down and the Chainers and the Suffocating Fumes are obviously really important. I could see bringing this Chainers as well. I have no idea what's happened with the So these are the 2 cards that I'm looking at boarding in. I think that's probably fine. I don't think Chainers is particularly good, obviously, when they're like going so wide, but when they're setting up, it can be quite good. And also, when you clear the board with Fumes, it can also be quite good. I think I'm fine just taking out these 2. Just shaving and then upping the removal as much as possible. Kind of go from there. This hand seems good. I'm happy to keep this. I'm just now considering how do I lead. Do I lead on Island Ponder? Do I lead on Island Ash Barrens? Or do I just play a Thrive and Isle for all black? Completely depends on how our opponent starts here. He's on a Multi 6. Birch Law. Counter spell. So I'll probably just lead on this for a black, so choose black and then play Island Pass. Then we can look at cast down and then untap and look cast down or counter spell, and then if not Ash Barrens, and then we can kind of Ash Barrens for our 3rd coloured source. Findlehorn. Gets to bounce his Forest to untap something to Birchlaw as well, if he has another 1-drop. Looks like he doesn't. Yeah, I think I'm just happy with Island Pass here. And then just see what he leads on, see what he plays. I don't know what I'd consider countering here either. Yeah, it's the bounce his Forest, untap, Vanguard. There's 3 cards in hand. I don't really know what I'd... Because I don't really want to play this Ash Barrens because I have no way of bouncing it. So I really do want to cycle it. So I kind of think I'm fine with letting this resolve. I also don't think I need to get a white source just yet either. Let's untap this, that's fine. And we get to play another 2-drop here. Yeah, 2/2. Shot. So now he has 2 2/2s here, and I'm probably going to look at like Fumes in. Oof. Let's hope he doesn't... If he plays another guy, I think I'm going to have to cast down this. Priest. Yeah. I just have to cast down this because I'm going to take too much damage. That resolves, and I do get to have to play this Ash Barrens as an Ash Barrens. Oh, never mind. Drew the island. It's good for us here. And then I get to just Fumes. He's left with a 2/2. He could untap a creature to have a Dispel. Birchlaw's a good draw here for him. At least he's got his colours set up, but he's now going super slow, which is exactly what we want. I guess I'll lead on Ponder here. 2 Ash Barrens and a Chain. Ash Barrens, Chainers, and a Ponder. I kind of just want this Ash Barrens, and then most likely just double shuffle. Did I forget to play a land drop? Oh yeah, I did. Oops. That was a mistake. I should have cycled there for an island. That was a mistake there. Luckily our opponent's not really got anything going on. I'm just going to cycle these now because I don't really need... probably just get an island and a swamp here. I don't really particularly care about getting a white source just yet. There's a white source if we need it. So we lead on Preordain. We don't want another Ash Barrens. I'll take a Chainers. And then I think I'll play the island here to have Mirror Shell crab up. Llama Elf. I think our opponent's very upset about having double Fumes against him last game. I was so focused on reading his chat, I didn't even consider the fact that he just played a Llama Elf and I let it resolve. That was a mistake by my part. So now I can play this. Oh, should have played the basic land. The Thrive now, sorry. I guess we can still leave crab up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He sacks a Birchlaw. Okay. I guess we just crab it here. Just stops him getting access to more mana here. Hits for 3. We play our Thrive and Alpha white. Crabimator. So I'll probably just play this for white here and then pass, hold up double counterspell, and then I can look at either Crabimator cast down or I can Crabimator hold up counterspell. Just get hitters for 3 here. Obviously our opponent's not really got anything going on. These are both Thriving Isles as well, so we do get to Crabimator back the... Let me just Crabimator back cast down here in all honesty. We have an Ephemerate, so I don't really need to... I don't need to get the Suffocating Fumes just yet. Three mana for a lead. Just gonna counterspell that. He does get to attack for 2 here, which I think is completely fine. One, 2, 3, 4. So I get to cast down this guy. Chain is him. Hit for 1. And then hold up counterspell. Our opponent is GG. There you have it, guys. Luckily the black spells were really important in that matchup, so we kind of got away with it. But yeah, there we have it. We'll see you guys for round 2. Hi guys, welcome back to round 2. We are on the play here. We are going to keep this. And this hand seems solid. I am going to lead on am I going to lead an Island Ponder? Interesting thing is I can lead on Thriving Isle, but I don't know what colour to name yet. So I think I could lead on... I think I'm happy enough to lead on Island Ponder here. Luna's currently chilling, eating a doggy hot dog. So yeah, just gonna lay an Island Ponder here. I like all of these cards, so I guess I want to draw the Swamp first, then draw the Counterspell, then the Mirror Shell Crab. I think I'm happy with that. So now we know we can name white with this because we have access to our black source. And then we can just lead on Island here, I would imagine. I don't need to rush out this Muldrifter anytime soon, so I can just kind of just play this Island, hold up Counterspell. Hopefully the... So we might be against Burn here. Gonna bolt me an upkeep. You having fun? Well, it didn't last very long. It's pretty much gone already. I've only just gave her it. Our opponent is in the tank. I think if he was going to leave, I'm assuming he's probably burn. Jeez. These guys are stopping everything. So yeah, assuming it is burn, we have 4 blue mental blasts for this matchup as well. And that's probably all we need. So I can just play this island here. It's a bit awkward that obviously, so I'm probably gonna play this Thriving Isle next turn. But realistically we can play Swamp, hold up Mirror Shell. You just did nothing here. Egg. I feel like I wanna just counter that. That I'm fine with. Like assuming this is now Boros here. Yeah. Like Glint Hawking back a land is just so much worse. So, with that being said, we kind of don't have to, we're not in a massive rush here. So I kind of just want to play this Thriving Isle on white. Maybe should have played the Swamp to hold up Crab, but he's so far behind here that I'm pretty sure I can hold off. I'm probably just going to look at Crab and something to then later dinner back. Sure. This is where like our black spells come in handy though, because these, like obviously these are a lot hard, like quite hard to do with creatures. Mole Drifter. So I'm just going to play this Swamp here and pass. Look, I'm just going to Mirror Shell Crab basically anything. And then look at later dinner in it. If he doesn't do anything, I will next turn look at Mole Drift and hope to draw it, leaving the white-blue land open. But I'm assuming he's going to play something here. I think this is fine. This is fine to Crab here. Can't pay for it. Keeps a threat off the board. He can then. He did play a land though, so he couldn't really bounce it and play it. Interesting line to play a land first. Another thing that's really important about this matchup is keeping ahead on time. It can be very grindy. Lightning Bolt us. That is very aggressive. 3, 6, 7, 8. So now 10. I don't understand why I'm still responding. I have F6, but okay, so we did draw land, so we can just hardcast Mole Drifter here. But I don't actually like that as much. I just want to late it into this 5/7. It just blocks the Seeker so well, and then it just slows him down so much. Like we are on 10, so we could easily die. So just slowing down the Seeker here is probably what I want to do. He's played nothing really as well, so he could just burn us out here. Sure. So like the amount of things he has to play here to be able to attack with that Seeker is just almost impossible. Cool. So he can't attack with this, he just gets to attack for 2. He does now have Metalcraft as well. So he gets to attack for 2 here. And then we can kind of look at playing a Mole Drifter here. I'm going to play this island first, because if I draw an Ephemerate, something that I would look to hold up. We did not. Okay. So now we can use this to block. I'm not going to attack. I'm going to block with the Mole Drifter on the Glint Hawk, and then we're kind of going to look at gaining some life with this food token. That's assuming that we survive here. This deck does have a lot of burn spells, so it is possible that we just die to burn. Lightning Bolt. He could also Lightning Bolt this Muldrifter as well. Nope, just Lightning Bolt in that face. Lightning Bolt in that face puts us to 5. He can then play his Mountain. Call Skyfisher. Sure, is he bouncing the Synth here? Bounce the Wellspring. Okay. Attacks for 2. We do a block here because we do die to another Bolt. Because he hasn't played a land drop. Thriving Isle. 3 for 5. I guess we choose this on. So we Thrive now, naming black probably. The only card that punishes that I think is Soul. And then we probably gain 2 now. Probably leaving the probably like this. 3. Yeah, we gain 3 now. Puts us up to 8. He has 2 lands in hand from what I remember. We keep this back again. And then we're holding up Counterspell here and Cycle and Suffocating Fumes. Synth. Sure. Can't really do it. I could counter this. I just don't think that's like the cards I'm worried about really. Galv Blast. That is more the cards that I'm looking at countering. Take a Wellspring. Sure. Gets a fly for 2. So we are going to counterspell this. So they happen. I'm going to cycle this Suffocating Fumes. Another thing to note is he's most likely running the Kuldotha build, like the Kuldotha Rebirth build, because he's running Nika Wellspring. So we can ponder to try and find a kill spell. Do for 5, or we can just play Muldrifter. I don't mind that. If we are going to play Muldrifter, I'll probably play this Plains and tap like this. This means we can still play a Ponder and hold up basically anything. Cast down. I like pondering here. I've played a land for the turn, so I kind of just like keep it like that, and then draw the Ephemerate here. So we need him to whiff on burn for just a little bit, just probably like this turn, maybe next turn, for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, most likely just hold off on burn. Like he's cast 3 burn spells so far. Crack a Synth, sure. He most likely has 1 in his hand, I would guess, but he's aggressively thrown the burn at my face, so maybe not. So he gets to attack for 2 here. He only has one red source as well. So this is fine. So you can look at like killing this. If you want to have it tapped out, but I think I'm fine with that. Let me draw the other cast down here. And then now we can play this for probably blue. And then we get to Crabimator here for the counter spell. Crabimator for the counter spell here. And then we can pass. I think we can actually attack for... Yeah, we can... Is the attack for 2 greedy? No, I don't think so. I think we can attack for 2 here. I'm probably going to look at counter spell and cast down, then ephemerate late to dinner, and then crack the clue. Probably. You can't really attack. Yeah, I guess it just depends on... Okay. It's going to lead on cracking the clue. Cracking the clue. Cracking the synth. That's 5 cards in hand. He's attacking with both. Interesting. So I guess I can block this. I guess we block this as well. And then we cast down the Seeker. Get to eat both of his guys here. Galv blasts our face. Sure. I'm not going to fight over this one, I don't think. We do got 2. Cast down that. Sure. And then we kind of have to just hold up counterspell here for the foreseeable. Then we draw the land. So now we look at Ephemerate and the Crabimator here. We get back late to dinner. There is a Muldrifter in the graveyard, right? So make that late to dinner. We tap this for white. Yeah. And make the late to dinner the Muldrifter and then get out of burn range. And still hold up counterspell. Whew. We managed to get there. Pretty good going. So there is potential for to board a lot of things in here. Like I could see an argument for literally all of this. So they are running artifacts. They are running artifact lands. They're running a lot of artifacts. So Dust to Dust is a consideration. They are red based, so they have Burn and Pyroblast most likely. So these are a consideration. Revoke Existence for the same thing as Dust to Dust. Chainers because they are creature based, and Suffocating Fumes because they are running Cold Author, most likely. So with that being said, cutting this down, I don't think Revoke's where you really want to be. I can see running some number of Dust to Dust, but I probably am currently on 2/3. Suffocating Fumes is probably not good enough to board in, but potentially keep some numbers in for Cold Author. Chainers is probably not where we want. 7 kill spells is probably enough. So I'd kind of probably look at something like this. Maybe this, depending on when I look into what to take out. So like Late is fine to take out. Take one of those out. Soul's pretty good. Crab's pretty poor. I don't mind taking 1 crab out. They do have quite a lot of interaction, so maybe a Soul Ephemerate is probably where we want to be cutting down here. I can see cutting 1 Fumes because it literally... So they have Seeker, Thraben, Glinthawk, Core Skyfisher, and probably Cold Author. So the only one that it kills is Cold Author Rebirth. So I'm kind of happy just shaving 1, having an out to just a bunch of guys. With that being said, I think Chainers is probably weak, and cutting a Pond is probably where we want to be. think 4 blue Manabase is probably fine, just because I'm still expecting they do have synth. They do have a lot of burn. They might be running rights, and they also are bringing in, most likely, Pyroblasts. And just having a cheaper spell to interact with that is probably where we want to be. So this hand's a keep because we've got turn 2 counterspell. And I think that's fine. We can Thrive an Isle on black. So we're just going to Thrive an Isle on black here, and then we have access to cast down / counterspell. Is he going to... Okay. I thought he was going to Glint Hawk on one there. But no, 3 of Inspectors. Good start. So we Thrive an Isle on black here. It is worth noting that basically with the Duster Dusts in that we are heavier white as well. So that could be a consideration. What he bounces here probably dictates how aggressive he's going to be. Okay, not very. If he bounced the Clue, it's quite an aggressive play. Because he just wants to obviously kill us as quickly as possible. Ash Barrens. So I'm just going to hold up Cast Down and Counterspell, and if he does nothing of note, I will probably Ash Barrens for the Plains. So he hits us for 3 here. I might actually look at just, if he does nothing, just cast down the Glint Hawk. Munitions. I think we just counterspell this. I know we have Blue Elemental Blast to kind of deal with it, but I think it's fine to just counter it now because there's not like 100% chance we draw. Ephemerate. So we are gonna lead on this on 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't think we need a 4th blue source, so I guess we just name black here. And then we pass the turn, and then we end of turn either we have a cast down or end of turn Ash Barrens, I think, and then we look at Muldrift and Ephemerating. So he gets to hit us for 3 here, which I think I'm fine with. And he plays nothing. So I'm gonna cast down this Glint Hawk here. Galv Blast me, sure. Okay, answer. Okay. So I'm going to evoke this to then Ephemerate. We could die, but very unlikely, I think. Okay, nice. So you're going to burn us end of turn. Yeah. 3 then, sure. And Glint Hawk. Is he going to bounce the synth? Yeah. Mountain. Can't really attack. So that means he's most likely not going to burn spell here, which is good. Surely he would have. So there's a 1 of Fumes. Okay. Preordain's a good draw, I think. I guess we lead on Preordain here. I don't think we need more lands, so I'm happy to just bottom both of these. Counterspell. Counterspell's a good draw for us, I think. And we can just kind of lead on, play Heath on blue. I like that. Heath on blue, and then kind of pass the turn, discarding. I think these Fumes might be okay here, because we can like block here, and then negate this attack. So I'm going to keep this. I think probably... I think we discard Muldrifter Soul. I think that's fine. Because here we can also hold up Ephemerate as well. We can hold up Ephemerate Counterspell. Or Suffocating Fumes. Echo Wellspring is fine. Maybe he taps out here. Yep. So play the Rust Veil, sure. And if he attacks all out here, I'm just gonna block the Glinthawk. I'll happily trade this. So he might have rights, which I don't think he's gonna have rights. So I might suffer for this, but I'm gonna do this. It's probably quite aggressive. Means we take no damage here and then trade with this. Sorry, kill this. That means these can't attack for the future. I'm pretty okay with that. I think we basic land cycle here for an island. Play our island, Preordain. Cast down and later dinner, they're both good for us. So I'm happy to just top the cast down here and then pass. We have cast down up for the unblocked Thraben. Synth. Sure, I think that's fine. I think I'm looking at like countering burn spells and like core skyfishes and things. So we can still cast down here. We can't cast. Cracker Clue, sure. Cold Author. I think I'm gonna do this to try and find a blue elemental blast for this. No. Obviously we only got one look at a blue elemental blast, so it's not like too worrying. We are going to basic land cycle this for a island. We have 2 black sources and 2 white sources. So yeah, just get an island here. So draw a bunch of cards. And draw for turn. Counterspell's a good draw. So we can Archaeomancer and hold up either counterspell or cast down, and then Archaeomancer for a Suffocating Fumes. Could do that now. Got 3 cards in hand, so it's unlikely that he can kill us. I think I'm happy with that. I think we Archaeomancer here. Archaeomancer for Suffocating Fumes. And then cast Suffocating Fumes. Kills these. We could have done it in his upkeep, which may have been better here, but we're still looking at like he can't attack. Sure, this is actually quite this is fine for us. Maybe not with this many dudes, but okay. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can look at Late to Dinner and a Soul. Late to Dinner Soul is what I like. Then we get a hold up cast down. Double cast down or counterspell cast down. I'm going to attack for 2 here. It might be a bit greedy, but I think it's fine. Because you could have like access to Electricity, or we could also look at gain on life as well. Crack a clue, that's fine. We kind of just want to empty the board of these Thraben Inspectors here. Sure. And getting to play these 2/2s out is actually quite annoying. Relic. I feel like I need to counter this. Sure. This is annoying for us, but I think it's fine. It's a hit us for 2. So we're going to get a cast down this 2/2 here. Blue Elemental Blast. So 5, 6, 7. So we can hard cast Soul. Something I don't really think I want to do. I would think I'd just like to double cast down. Clearing this board for chainers is kind of what I'm looking at doing. But I also do need to kind of look at killing him. Because you got 2 cards in hand. I kind of don't mind actually just attacking and then playing a soul. 2, 4, 5, 6. Puts him at 12. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll put him at 2. I think that's actually not that bad. And then we get to hold up this land here. Well, we can't represent Ephemeria because of our Manabase, so we kind of just do that. And still get to hold up Blue Elemental Blast, so I think that's fine. I think I'm fine with this. Like, we are quite low. We do have a Blue Elemental Blast. We do have a lot of blockers here as well. Exile all cards in graveyard, sure. Gets the crack. So we don't have access to Suffocating Fumes anymore, which is annoying. Pyroblast. Okay. I'm not gonna Red Elemental Blast that because obviously he's revealed the Pyro. Maybe I should have beforehand. Counter target red spell, counter this. He could have another himself, but nope. Is he just attacking for 2? Cool. We got a 5 here. Played another relic. Okay. Thriving's not really what we're after here. I'm just going to do this on black. I'm going to gain 3 now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think I'm going to attack. So if I attack with this and this, I have 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 gets through. 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I attack with the Muldrifter, I think is probably what I do. I can also attack with this. 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That puts him dead next turn with 5 blockers. 3, 4, 5. And then I have 2 cast down. Yeah, I think I attack with these. This puts him dead next turn. And I kind of think that's what I want to do. And I have double cast down. I maybe should have Chainers there as well, but probably not with the Relic. So we can look at block, 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 block. I mean, that seems fine. And then we get to cast down this. And then we get to cast down this. And then we take 2. Got 6. So we still can die. We are behind on clock as well now. Exile all cards in graveyard, sure. If we were able to kill one more guy as well. Galv blast us, sure. Don't have another burn spell. Do not have another burn spell. No! Oh, as if. Sure. So now we are behind on clock and also I just think these crabs are bad. I can see doing this. Especially now we know about the I forget the name, the Guardian. So we need to try and get ahead on clock here. This hand is a keep. So Forgetting Fumes is an awkward one, but having access to 2 isn't the worst, I guess, because obviously with him shown that he has double Relic. I'm not going to bring in Relic, like Revoke Existence for that, I don't think. I'm just going to leave on Preordain here. Just going to try and hit some land drops, I think. And also Counterspell. Counterspell also works. I don't need an Archaeomancer just yet. Top this. We can cycle the Fumes if we need to. Plains. Draven, sure. So we're just going to play Island here. Thriving. Yeah, still just going to play Island. And we're probably going to play this Thriving Alpha White, I think. Attacks for 1, sure. I maybe could have cycled this up for Forgetting Fumes there, but I don't think I need to. Just name White here. Last turn. Click is fine. Just gonna counter this. Just counter a synth when they've got nothing on board. You just like it makes Glinthawk idle and I forget the name of the card. Core Skyfisher a lot worse. Relic, sure. The land drop's actually pretty good here. We can search for probably a black source. I don't think I need double white just yet for the soul. Can search for a black source and look at Muldrifter next turn. synth. Sure. Can't really do anything here. So we're now ahead on time again, but still can't really. We've got to kind of think of our players in advance anyways. Sure. Can't get a black, so I'm actually gonna get the white sauce because I can't get a black. We've already got our swamp. So I don't think we need the 4th blue sauce just yet. So he plays another synth. Reveals a core Skyfisher. So it's to play the core Skyfisher. And then I'm gonna cast it down. Now before he... I'm waiting for the opponent here. I was just gonna Ash Barons. Just gonna Ash Barons now, get the planes, and then F6. Be interesting to see what he bounces here. He revealed a Pyroblast, which is good. So he bounced a synth. He's tapped out as well. So now we just get to cast this. Like, this is fine. I've played our land, so I don't understand why it's not F6 in. I've already pressed F6. Whatever. So we are F6 in our opponent's turn. I'm going to block if he attacks. If he gives me the option anyways. Let's just play this. Okay. So we can chain as this. If we do find one, that is. Preordain. So there's a chainers. We can also look at Blow Metal Blast in this. I think I just double top here. And while he's tapped out, I kind of want to Blow Metal Blast this. And then I'm going to end the turn cast down this, I think. He doesn't get to make a guy, he mills a card. Just kind of all round good for us. It's a hit us for 2, which is a bit annoying. But what can you do? Synth. I'm gonna count this. It's just so much worse. Like, you can make a 2/2, and it's just so much worse if he than like Ica Wellspring and such. So he attacks for 2 here. It's fine. I'm gonna end a turn, cast down this. Assuming he doesn't play another guy. Oh, Jesus. Yep. Does he bring back the relic? Or does he bring back the Thraben? Sure. He needs to play the Thraben. So we do have our chainers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can look at Solar Migration and Ephemerating. He does have Metalcraft though. So am I going to look at attacking here? Our opponent has 6 minutes on the clock. We're now basically a minute 20 ahead of him, which is good. I think I'm going to start attacking here. And he's got 1 card in hand. So I think I'm just going to Ephemerate this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I just want land drops here. Go. Preordain. We can cast Late to Dinner and Ash Barons. I don't think I want Late to Dinner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just play a land and pass. Depending on what he does here as well, we can like Suffocating Fumes to try and clear the board. We like Cold Offer Rebirths. Draw a card, sure. Cold Offer Rebirth, sure. He's still just attacking for 2 here. We need to get this Thraben Inspector off the board. So I'm just going to basic land cycle here. For an island, obviously. Galv Blast this. That is fine. Well, it's not fine, but... Get an island here. Cast this. Just clear the board. Rebound, obviously, ain't happening. Cast down. We only have 1 black source here as well. Jeez. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 card in hand. We kind of just look at happy to just smash a soul down here. Like, I could take the window to cast down this end of turn, take 3, and then look at Chainison. I think like something that we can look at doing, but I'd rather just start trying to get onto the board here. Galv Blast my face, sure. We're on 7. Ash Barrens. So we can't get another black source. So obviously we drew that. So I'm just gonna basic land cycle for island here, get it out my deck. 4. I'm gonna attack for 4 here. Because I am planning on casting down the Thraben anyways if he attacks with it. Hopefully he whiffs here. Take 2 to 5. Jesus. He's just run all his burn. Wow, 1, 2, 3. Soul. So I chain him here. And then attack for 4, that puts him at 10. Four puts him at 10. If I make 2 more 1/1s here by evoking, 2, 4, 6. That puts him on a 2-turn clock. That is probably good enough. As opposed to a 3-turn clock. Just kind of gotta hope he whiffs. He's drew 3 Galv Blasts in the top like 28 cards. Counterspell's great. Counterspell's great here. Because it means he has to draw 2 burn spells. Exile Graveyard, sure. Nice. We managed to get there, that was close. It's too close for my liking, but we managed to get there, guys, and I'll see you guys for round 3. Hi guys, welcome back to round 3 here. We're on the play, we're against Bako, and we have a special guest that is Luna. And say hello? No, he's going to carry on looking out the window. So we will take the play here. This hand sucks. So we have literally counterspell as a castable spell. If we do find another land, we do have Crab. We do have Crab and Muldrifter. I think if the Ephemerate or the Crab or the Muldrifter, etc., was like a Preordain or a Ponder, I'd probably keep this. I think I'm happy I'm mulliganing this. I think this hand's much better. I'm probably going to bottom the Chainers here and then name black with the Thriving Isle. I think that's fine. I've cast down here. I'm going with Baco's being on probably fair. Name black here. Don't have a white source for its Ephemerate, but it's fine. He's not unfair. Well, I guess he could also be unfair, but... So we're just going to pass here. He's on Cycle Storm. No. Echo Wellspring. Sure. I'm not gonna counter that. Like, I think it's too low impact for kind of what we're after. Play this Swamp here. So we have access to Crab and Counterspell. Oh, it's playing Mogwarts. Okay. So I'm just gonna counter this here. It's a Canarium, sure. I think Preordain's fine. We could die. I guess we do have a... Well, worse we have a cast down, so I'm gonna... So we don't have a white source, and we don't really want to be casting. We're gonna hit our land drops here. Nice. So now we can hold up Crab. This is fine. Crab's actually an interesting one to get around Duress as well. I don't want to counter this one, I don't think. I don't think that we can potentially go for it. We can look at cast down in this. We can also cast down and then like Crab the Persist trigger. Yes. Oh yeah. I think I might just cast down this end of turn. That's fine. Yeah, no, but it's fine. Interesting, I still decide to go for the Deadly Spring or Wellspring. Ponder. Ponder's fine. Just gonna keep trying to hit land drops. Late to dinner, Muldrifter, so I think we want to keep this. We can hard cast Muldrifter next turn. Gets to hit us for 1 here. Cool. Matron. I think I counter Matron and then he just plays. He's got 7 cards and he could just play Skirk Prospectus. Oh, he can't sack this, I guess. I think I'm gonna counter this. We could die here. It's the thing about Mogwarts, they just kind of can get you from nowhere. So we have 4 Blue Elemental Blasts, Suffocating Fumes, and 2 Talmud Scripts. We could also look at... So you got another Persist guy. So I don't want to tap out for this. And I don't really want to evoke it to then missing a land drop. If I miss an untapped land, I can't Crab. 1, 2, 3. Prospector. Putrid guy. First air class at 1, 2. So you got 2 floating. I guess you could. Attack this for 2 here. Pick a Wellspring is fine. One, two, three. Sure. Kind of gonna look at trying to counter something else. No, it's just hold on a minute. So I'm gonna try and evoke this now. Now that I've got 2 new looks and not just 1, I'm gonna try and go for this. I probably should have tapped the. I don't know why I tapped the left that black open, but I guess if I draw, especially with this, yeah, I should have tapped black, blue, blue. Another treasure. Nearly halfway through his deck. He's most likely gonna combo kill us this turn. We whiffed on that, but we do have a cast down, at least. We're also behind on time. What are you sniffing? So I could like cast down this, but I don't think that's kind of what we want to be doing because he could easily have another. I'd just rather cast down like the Skirk Prospector. Yeah, discard Bridge Mountain. Star. Makeshift munitions. So there's his wing on. So I'm gonna kill this end of turn. Shoots us for 1. Also just means fumes, like wipes his board. So we are gonna preordain here. Another cast down's like okay. Like cast down's fine here, but we're easily just gonna die. Just kind of want to be proactive somewhat. Counterspell's okay as well. Same thing. I think counterspelling thing is a bit awkward here because we could just die. Like I'm at the point where do I let this resolve? Because I'm scared of like Skirk Prospector. I don't think we can. You know, he's 36 cards into his deck and he hasn't got a Skirk Prospector off this Matron. It's very first day of class, sure. Transmute for a 2-drop. Another Putrid Goblin. Drop. So he gets to attack for a lot here. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm just going to F6 here. Not that he needs to do much, because he can just sack it 2 times and then sack 4 guys. Shoot us for 4. But I guess he's just going to make enough mana just to kind of have something left over. Just really awkward for our deck to interact with. Like, we do have ways to stop the combo, but you're at the point where you can't really interact efficiently, I don't think. So we could look at bringing Dust to Dust in. We could look at bringing Suffocating Fumes. Could look at bringing in Blur Metal Blast and Tormod Script. So I don't think we're going to go down the land destruction route. I just don't think that's really what we want to be doing. Could look at bringing in a Revoke. So his win con isn't really there. Assuming that munitions is his win con. I run 2 or so copies. We do have Blur Metal Blast for that, so probably not. Suffocating Fumes is good because it interacts in after he's sacked it before the counter. So that's kind of good. So I kind of don't mind cutting that. Don't mind cutting a later dinner. Maybe 2 souls and a ponder. I think that's kind of where I want to be. Like keeping crabs in as well is quite good because he's most likely boarding into duress. Yes, we'd like to play first. So there's our black sauce. Fortunately, the later dinners. Just name black here. Prospector. Sure. So we've got double blow mental blast here. I'm not going to blow a mental blast this, I don't think. Sure. Guess I'll blow a mental blast this now, then play land. So we have a white sauce, which is good. We take 2 here, and then we get to Ash Barrens for plains. Luna just nearly made me click on an island there. Knock on my hand just as I was about to left click. Helpful. It's good to see whose side you're on. Thanks. Yeah, just going to pass the turn here. We have Suffocating Fumes if he does sack this, or we find a kill spell. We do have Counterspell up now. We have Counterspell and Red Elemental Blast. But he's obviously still going to keep hitting us for 2 here. Are you planning on sitting anytime soon? No. Are you just going to be my headrest? Munitions, we will definitely just blow a Mental Blast here. Ash Barrens. So I can look at getting a black sauce. I think that's what I do. I just get a black sauce here. And then pass. And then if he doesn't do anything with the Putrid Goblin, like Deadly Dispute or whatever, then I will look at cycling his Suffocating Fumes. Can you chill out? Because we are going to die to this. Like, he can just hit us for 2 forever and then just kill us. Munitions. So I'm going to counter this. Oi! It's a Pyroblast. Sure. Resolves. And then I think I need to cycle this because I need to find something a lot better. Okay. Thrive and Heath. So we kind of do this in blue, I think. We have no creatures in the bin. So we're just going to look at cast down in, I think. Gets a hit for 2 here. Down to 11. End turn. So I do think I want to cast down this now. Means he needs to find another copy. He does get a shooters for 1. Can Deadly Dispute if he wants. Yeah. I think he knows we've basically got nothing here. Blue Mental Blast, nice and on time. 5 cards in hand. Hit us down to 10. I don't know whether to blow Mental Blast the makeshift munitions or hold up for the combo. Crypt. I don't mind playing the Crypt out here, stops him comboing, and that means we can also just blow Mental Blast this end of turn, I think. Yes. We do need to draw a creature, probably like a Mold Drifter. Pretty soon. Obviously we got a 9 here. 8, 7, 6, 5. Unearth. Target. Skirk. Prospector. Kind of. Interesting. So this could be bait here. Easily. And you could have another in hand. So I can let this resolve. He still needs another putrid goblin. Like he could just... No, I think I'll let this resolve. Like I do have a blue metal blast for it. I also have a Tormod script. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that puts us to 3. I kind of just want to blue metal blast this. So he's most likely only got 1 makeshift munitions left as his win con. Island is definitely not what we want. Just got 2 cards here, which are obviously completely dead unless we find some creatures. Gets a hit for 2 here, that's 7. Ponder. Ponder's great. Unless obviously he counters it. Crabimator. So Island at the bottom, Ponder, then Crabimator. I think that seems fine. And we get to play this. Like you can Pyroblast this and then we can later do it next turn. Deadly Dispute. Sure. He deadly disputed a token. I guess we get the blue elemental blast here. And then we've got Ephemerate and blue elemental blast up. And then we can look at Ephemerate and a turn. Duress. So I guess we do this now. And then we target a blue elemental blast. So then he can't really take our blue elemental blast. So you can only take our late to dinner. Yep. We can probably fight through 1. Sure. So we've got a blue metal blast and a Tormod script as like interaction. Prospector. Sure. So now we get Ephemerate the Crabimator, bring back Ephemerate this, bring back Suffocating Fumes and then cast Suffocating Fumes. It's kind of where we're looking at being, I think. Always yield to this. Draw. So we want to Ephemerate this, bring back Suffocating Fumes, cast Suffocating Fumes, cast Suffocating Fumes, wipe the board, Ponder. There's another Suffocating Fumes and another blue metal blast. So bottom that, put that there, don't shuffle. So now we have 2 blue metal blasts, which is great. You want down? I'm gonna kind of let this resolve. Crack this for red, sure. So you played 1 on Earth as well, and 2 Skirk Prospectors, 2 makeshift munitions. Just got different angles to interact with his deck now. Hopefully should be enough. We are on 7 though. Draw it, drop Fumes. I don't think we need to Ephemerate yet. like for a ponder or anything. I think we can wait. We can ephemerate in response for a counterspell if we need to. I think we still do this end of turn. Just gonna bring this over here, and then we get a ponder. Just use it for next turn. That's fine. And draw. Island. Play a ponder. We don't need any of these. Basic land cycle for an island. Play island. Oh, we've played a land. Then just pass the turn. Again, I think I just want ponder here. Bring back ephemerate here. Later dinner. So we kind of want this. Oh, for God's sake. Can't cancel that, so no, I don't want to shuffle my library. So the next turn I am drawing a Mole Drifter. Should have been this turn. I did misclick on the Mole Drifter there. So I kind of just want to ephemerate, bring back a counterspell, I think. Try and get as many cards in hand as possible. And we draw the Mole Drifter. Just going to cast the Mole Drifter here. 9 cards in hand. So need to discard 2. So I'm going to discard a Later Dinner and a Thriving Isle. And that seems fine. And now we actually have a clock. Chromatic Star's fine. And we have 4 pieces. We can cast Counterspell and 2 Blue Mantle Blasts here. So we are behind on time. I don't think I need to cast an Ephemerate here, so Preordain's fine. Should I play this land? Name. Black, black, white, white. Probably just blue. And then we get a hit for 3 here. We just get a start clock on our opponent. And we just have all the forms of interaction. We also do, if we need to, we do have Ephemerate for a crab. I guess we just discard this Suffocating Fumes. I don't think we need that. It's got a lot of mana, so obviously like the Mirror Shell Crab's not the greatest. But we do get a Later Dinner next turn. Like if he casts anything here. He has 8 cards in his hand. He's also cast 2 Pyroblasts. Yeah. 2 Pyroblasts, 1 Duress. First day of class. Just gonna count this. Pyroblast. That's fine. And then I'm gonna Ephemerate this to bring back the Blue Metal Blast. First day of class. So there's 2 first day classes down. Pyroblast. Counter this. That resolves. Ephemerate resolves. Gets back Blue Mental Blast. And then we get the Blue Mental Blast this. So he's cast 2 first day classes. Goblin Matron. So with 2 mana, I don't think he can combo off. So I'm just gonna crab this. Then it means I can later dinner it next turn. Draw off turn. They both name blue. Yeah. I'm going to bring back this crab here. I'm going to play this for probably white. Hit for 2. This just speeds up our clock just so much more. And then we have 2 pieces of interaction with counterspell and ephemerate, and also I guess 3 with the Tormod script as well. And he's got 4 cards in hand. Putrid Goblin. I guess that's fine. We're now at the point where we probably just want to try and counter the first day classes. Or even the 3rd makeshift munitions. Skirk Prospector. Sure. Because I can't counter everything at this point. He's got 1 card in hand. So we counter this. And then we do this on the Archaeomancer. And we get back. What do we get back? I guess we get back a cast down here. Cast down the guy. And then let me draw. Oh. Then we cast Suffocating Fumes, kill his board. Hit him for 7. And he has no cards in hand, 1 draw next turn. And we can counter it with a counter spell. Whatever his draw is. Okay. So we have 9 minutes going into the last, the 3rd game. Something to note. Is dust a consideration? I kind of think so. At least some amount. Like 2 maybe? Cut like a ponder. Maybe even a late, or an ephemerate or a later dinner. Probably a later dinner. Just don't want that like awkward hand there. That could have went either way for a long time because we had ephemerate later dinner in our hand. So at least pretty much all the time the dust to dust is castable, not castable, but is like you can actually play it. It's not a dead card like later dinner or. I think we want to keep this hand. I think this hand's good enough to keep. So we're going to preordain here. Thrive and I'll ponder. So we're going to top both of these. And I'm going to play the Tormod script. To play around duress. Star. I'm just on F6 as well. He's on 1 land. I guess we ponder first. We want to keep all of these. Don't want to shuffle. I'm going to play this for probably white because I can get the black source off the Ash Barrens. He's on 1 land as well. Jeez. So you got his 2nd land drop. Ichabod, sure. Cast down. So I guess we do this for Probably black sauce. Play our black sauce and then pass the turn. Now we have blue elemental blast up or cast down. Sure. Can't area him. Sure. I also think we want to get a white sauce here. This white sauce is a bit greedy. No, I think white sauce, I guess, is okay. So we'll play our white sauce that he knows about. And then we can just look at crabbing here. I guess we cast down this. Good deadly spirit. I probably should have cast down this in my turn. I don't want to Tormod script it, I don't think. So you can't attack. Just save our life total, keep it as high as possible. Wellspring's fine. I'm also just trying to play quite fast here as well. Wellspring's also fine. He's stuck on land drops. I think with the no guys and having Tormod script, I'm happy to just tap out here. Dust to Dust there's a good draw. Means we can Dust to Dust his land. Also, if he doesn't find another land drop, we just Dust to Dust that and a Chromatic Star. We find a Vault as well. Okay. Deadly Dispute, sure. Another Putrid Goblin. Also fine. Duress me, sure. So you can take the Dust to Dust here, which I think is most likely having to do, like he has to do that. I think it sets him back too much. Took a blue elemental blast. Okay. Is he taking both blue elemental blasts here? Yeah, sure. Can't really attack. 1, 2, 3, and we have 3 mana open after that. Good draw. So we can tap this for white, tap this for white, tap this. And then we can keep these two open. And we just Dust to Dust both his lands. Seems fine to me. Then we have Crab, which he also can't counter. Putrid Goblin. Putrid Goblin's fine, I think. Just going to pass here. Obviously, I'm not winning the race of fly for 2, attack for 5. Thriving Isle for black here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Just gonna keep passing the turn. Obviously, our opponent drawing cards is not good for us. Like just drawing cards every turn. Goblin Matron's fine. I think I want to try and interact when he tries to combo. Just got a Prospector. Thriving Isle for probably white. Just happy to just keep passing the turn. Four, 5, 6, 7. Another Tormod script. Go. So I could play the Crab here and then have 2 mana up and then double Tormod script. Pyroblast, my guy. I kind of want to blow a Mental Blast that. Do I? Do I want to blow a Mental Blast this? Which means he gets in for so much damage. Yeah, I think that's fine. Because then I can just play Crab next turn. So he's now going to try and get in. Sure. 5, 6, 7. 3 isles. Could have another Pyroblast, it does not. Cycle and unearth. Chop. Now we get to hold up Suffocating Fumes and double Torment Script or a Blow and it'll blast. We're on 4 minutes on the clock. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, yeah. And he knows about the Suffocating Fumes. Cayman's is a great draw. So we can hit one land, which I don't think is what we want to do. We can kind of just hit, we can play probably on a cast down and start casting down his guys. Yeah, that's probably the best bet. Just start casting down his 2/2s. I think we can no, I don't think we start attacking yet. Just yet. There's the 4th Putrid Goblin. I'm just going to cast down one of these now. Dust to Dust. So in Dust to Dust 2 lands. That's fine, just cutting down on sources is generally pretty good. So 2 1/1s, 2 2/2s. So if we can get to a point where we can cast down these 2, we're in a good situation because we can just crypt them and he can't go off. So like an Ephemerate would be pretty good. Even an Archaeomancer. Archaeomancer here. To bring back cast down. Then pass the turn. So we can cast down one of these. First A class. So I guess if we cast down one of these now before the first A class triggers, then he only has 1 instance to go off. That's fine. Prospect is fine. I'll probably respond to this trigger, right? To kill the Prospector. Like, you can sack stuff for a bunch of mana. This is fine. And then now if he does attempt to skirt Prospector to go off, then so we just need a kill spell for this Putrid Goblin here, and then I don't think he has a way of winning. Matron. Chop. We do only have 3 minutes on the clock though. And he hits another Matron. Make another 2/2. Chop. That's his win con. There's a bunch of 2/2s at this point. Cool. Late to dinner. So we have a later dinner on a Mole Drifter. It's pretty good. Can't complain now. Suffocating Fumes. 3/3. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pass here. I have a Suffocating Fumes, 2 Tormod Scripts. Duress. It's a bit annoying. Just got a Prospector, sure. Gonna cast this Mole Drifter here. Blue Elemental Blast. We had a fly for 2 as well. We are got 20 cards left in our deck and still no Ephemerates. Our opponent's got 25 cards left in his deck. Sky Prospector, sure. Pyroblast. I am going to fight over this, I think. Red Elemental Blast. You've got no cards in hand. White black. I do think we can hit here for 4. Just try and get there in the air. Obviously, we can block these 1/1s. His Flame Invoker thing's in the bin, so you can't like just do a bunch of stuff with loads of mana. Suffocating Fumes is great. We're a minute 40 on the clock, just gonna fly for 4 here. First air class, sure. Sure. He's probably just using this to obviously like two cards in hand. Still in a minute 30. Another first aid class. Sure. Just did that to loot, I take it. Persist. So Persist comes back and then responds to this. We're gonna kill these. So he's only got these. Got a minute 13 on the clock. Hopefully should be enough time to kind of just send in. Got 4 Putrid Goblins. Cycles that sure. End of turn, I'm just gonna exile his graveyard. Just means he gets rid of all his Putrid Goblins. Nothing really to worry about. I'm gonna send in. He's on 6. We have just less than a minute. I'll do this now so I can F6. Pyroblast, sure, gets to resolve. Star, sure. Munitions, oh no. You can munitions down my guys here, so I'm just gonna F6. It's very click intensive, so I don't really want to suffer through it. He has 9 cards also left in his deck. And he's only got 1 artifact left he can sack. Okay. Cast down. So we attack like this. And then he gets to sack this and sack this to kill this. It's fine. He's now on 6. And he has a Matron. First air class. Discards and munitions. Plays another artifact land as well. Oh dear. So I can now start sending these. He has to block there. And then you can sack that in the artifact land to kill one of these. 20 seconds left on the clock. I'm just going to F6 here. Because I'm not going to play these lands, I don't think. Gets to kill 1. He needs another creature here for next turn. There's an artifact land, or just another artifact. Whew! I think we've got there. Oh man, we managed to get there. Wow. Whew! What a game. 20 seconds left on the clock. I think we played that game pretty well. Just taking it slow. But yeah, it was a tough matchup. We do get a lot of good interaction games 2 and 3. Obviously the Blue Metal Blasts are great, and also having main deck cast downs is just really good. Obviously if that was a journey, it's just really awful. But yeah, and Suffocating Fume is obviously great. So yeah, that was just overall round good matchup, and I will see you guys for round 4. Hi guys, welcome back to round 4. We are on the play here, so we would go first. I think this hand's a keep. Obviously we don't have a black sauce, but we do have crab. We have a white sauce if we draw late to dinner. And I'm just going to play island pre-order and try and look for our coloured sauces. Try and look for generally more lands. I just think I'm going to bottom both of these, but I could have been wrong. Maybe I should have kept the Mull Drifter, but bronze on green. Mono green infect. Okay. So I am just going to play hold up counterspell here, or whatever he plays. And then we do have cast down here. In theory, this should be like an okay matchup. Just obviously we need to hit our. I'm going to play the island here over the planes in case if we actually do draw another island, then I can hold up double counterspell. Cycle a Wilt. So he's running main deck Wilt. Interesting. Six cards in hand, 3 mana. Just gonna get hit for 1 here. Obviously Chainers is pretty important as well because he just gets round protection. Yeah, I'm just gonna counter this, keep guys off the board, no need to mess around. Black sauce. Yeah, if it was like literally a one-off swamp, even Ash Barrens I guess would have been fine. So he's hitting his land drops here. Then he attacks for 1. Sure. We're on 3 infect at the moment. Chainers. Again, these are all good good cards that we want to draw, but we do need our black source. So there's 4 Ash Barrens, a Swamp, and then 6 Thriving Lands. Obviously we are... I'm just going to crab this. We have got like a very greedy mana base. So at least we can now cast double counterspell here. So we do have a greedy mana base in the sense that we are kind of quite light on like black and white sources. But the benefit of this is that we generally have access to our colours to cast at least one spell. Seal. Actually, I'm just going to counter this. Then we have another counter if he thinks whatever he has is like open, if you know what I mean. So gets it for 1 here because we are getting rather close. From 5 infect. Ash Barrens would be a great draw here. Ponder. So there's an island and a bunch of other stuff that we don't really want to be casting. So just going to shuffle here. Thriving. Thriving's great. Better name black. And we just got to hope we don't die this turn. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains hexproof. Sure. So that puts us to 7, so we need him to not have 2 +3 effects. He's got 5 cards in hand, so it is quite likely. So I'll take 2. Okay, that's good. End the turn, nice. So then we get a Chainers here. And then we can also Thrive for black again. Whew. So the pressure's off. He hasn't played another creature. He does have 5 cards in hand though. So that is quite scary. Cycle of Wilt. So now there is quite a few like Mull Drifters and things on the bottom. We have a Cast Down and a Counterspell here though, so that's not bad. Suffocating Fumes is also good. Just going to take my time here. I don't need to cycle this just yet, I don't think. I think I can wait on cycling this. Counterspell. Another Counterspell is obviously good. 3, 4. And we also have another Chainers too. Oh, we have like a flashback Chainers. Mamba. Mamba is... Mamba's okay, I think. Because we can just kill it with Suffocating Fumes. So we don't have to waste these counter spells. You might have a Snakeskin Veil here as well. But then we can like look at Cast Down and or Protection. Sure. That doesn't work. So that's fine. You've got Pro Black. Still dead. I don't think we want the 3rd black source. So I guess we just get an island here. Can't get another white source because there's only one in the deck. want the other black source? Maybe we do. Yeah, actually, I think we might, because we are 4, 5, 6, 7. We are 1 land away from cast down and chainers in the same turn, or cast down and... Well, cast down and chainers is the main reason for having 3 black, but... 7 cards in hand. Crabimator is a great draw. I guess I don't need a tap. I can just do this and let the ephemerate go for turn, hold up double counterspell or cast down counterspell. I think double counterspell is probably better. What do I get back here? I probably actually get back the chainers, to be honest. Just means we get like basically like 2 uses out of it, so it's not awful. So we're not like just flashing it back, and it's obviously a lot better than cast down. I don't think we need to flash it back just yet. Just gonna counter this. So now we can look at like ephemerate and then like controlling the game from that point. Cast down. Get to attack for 1 here. We're now getting in for beats. I don't think I want to ephemerate and a ponder just yet. I can do it end of turn. Blight Member. So Blight Member I'm going to counter here. And I think end of turn, I ephemerate for a counter spell. Vines, nice. That's fair. We might actually be in trouble now. We do have 3 removal spells though, and he has played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chainers. Vines is obviously a card I should be worried about. I maybe should have used like cast downs and things instead of counter spells, but I think it's fine. Seal, Sure. I always forget Vines is secret mode. Counterspell, obviously a great draw here. I am just going to kill my opponent with an Crabimator. There is 2 Moldrifters, a Soul, and a Mirror Shell on the bottom, I think. I can't remember if I shuffled. So I don't think I want to counter this. I am probably just going to cast it down. And then chainers. If he wants to try and keep this alive somehow, that's fine. Snake Skin. Do you have another? No. Okay, that's fine. Now we've got 2 chainers in hand as well. And a counter spell. Like the cast downs that... What a great draw. I guess I can tap like this, and then I can hold up ephemerate counterspell. He's got 5 cards in hand, so I kind of just want to ephemerate now, I think, and then I can at least counterspell. So we want probably a counterspell. I think 2 cast downs is safe enough, because he has to play 2 creatures here. Plays a forest for the turn, 5 cards in hand. Like this and Bogles is probably like a worrying matchup in the sense that they're almost like combo-esque decks, but they put pressure on us requiring our mana like straight away. So like having access to black straight away can be quite like straining for us, or having black and white, etc. So we had to hit for 1 here. I don't think I'm going to ephemerate just yet because there's no difference in really waiting until his turn. We've got 2 counter spells up. We also do have access to like a Suffocating Fumes if we need to, at instant speed. So like I don't need to have access to a Cast Down or a Suffocating Fumes, so I'm just gonna pass here just so I can get in 2 damage. Because I think with 2 chain at the time, 2 chains, 2 counter spells, I think that was enough to kind of get there. Like I don't need anything in my graveyard just yet. I'm happy just... I know I'm losing out on value, but I'm also just increasing the clock. Like currently he's now on a 6-turn clock. I don't need to do anything, I don't think. Thrive in here. 3 black sources, I think that's probably enough, but we've got 8 blue, so I guess we just name black. So yeah, I think holding the Ephemerate's fine. I think it's correct because he's literally, we just need to answer his creatures at this point. Discard a Shielder. Now we can cast Ponder here and then attack. I meant to put the Soul there, but that was a mistake on my part. Get attack for 2 here. I don't need to play this land. Should have played the Soul there because obviously I have lethal at that point. 1 green. So he knows about the chainers as well. So it'll be interesting to see what the opponent does do. Cool. So he discards a Snakeskin Veil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, still hold a double counter spell. Seems good to me. So this, obviously if I had played this last turn he'd be dead now. But I don't think it's going to matter too much. Needs to play 4, 5, 6 creatures. So we don't have access to Ephemerate, but that's fine. He goes to 3. And we are still ahead on the clock. Counter spell here. Counter spell here. So the shields are down, but I'm not particularly worried with 2 mana that I can kill us. Yep, nice. We got there. It was a bit close. Bit tight on the black mana for a little while there. So we've got two suffocating fumes and a chainers, which is obviously great. I kind of am interested in these to some extent. So Leave No Trace and Revoke Existence are quite good, especially Leave No Trace. It hits the Briar Shield, the Seal of Strength, and Rancor, and maybe Elephant Guide if they do run it. And then Revoke does the same, but it hits like Leave obviously hits all of those at once. So that being said, I think we'll look at bringing those in, cut a late to dinner, maybe 2, and then a Soul, and probably an Ephemerate. Like Ephemerate's great for stabilising, but getting to that point, it's probably not that great, especially with having vines and things. Oh, Jesus. This is really, like, awkward as hell. Like, if we had another coloured sources, would be great. Like, even if it was a white or a black. So, it's pretty easy mulligan here. Okay. This is fine. I get to bottom probably the Ephemerate here. And then we get a Thriving Isle on black. And then if we need to, we can look at... If he plays, like, Glistening Elf here... So we have to name black with this. So if he plays something like that we really need to kill next turn, that we think, then we can just play the Ash Barons. Suffocating Fumes. I do think we kind of have to chainers here. Unfortunately. This is why I do like Ash Barons over Evolving Wilds. Obviously, the first hand would have made like one of those being Evolving Wilds. It would have been great. Another one, sure. I am gonna name white here, just so I can look at casting late to dinner and Evolving Wilds. Sure. Another chain is obviously a great draw. So I guess we lead on, that's one black. So we start Preordain, Ephemerate, and Ponder. We do want an Ephemerate. There's Muldrifter. But we don't have a land. So I think I guess actually I probably top both of them, because then I can look at casting Ponder next turn. So we've killed 3 of his guys, seen 3 chainers, luckily enough. And he gets a 4th guy. Jeez. Hopefully he doesn't have Mutagenic here, which I think I'm fine with. Toby doesn't. Nice. Mutagenic was my concern to then kill us. So hopefully he just doesn't have another guy. Seals. Seal to no guy's great. Untap land. So we get to Ponder here. I'm going to try and find an untap land so I can hold up Crab. Those are obviously great. Untap land, don't shuffle. Play our untap land so we can play Crab. And then next time we can play Thriving Isle, Ephemerate. Crab a guy here. Most likely a Rotwolf. This Thriving Isle is going to name black, I think. Means we can flashback chainers if we need to. Leave No Trace, obviously an okay one as well. Cast by Evoke. Draw 2. White and Ephemerate. Four, 5, 6. So we do need another untap land. I think we actually name white, because then it means we can have Ephemerate and Leave No Trace up, and then the next one names black. then that's double black for the chainers in the bin. Because there may be a world where we are looking at casting Ephemerate, Leave No Trace. So he has 5 creatures in the bin, 3 cards in hand. Him playing no guys there is obviously good. Always yield this. And there's an untapped land as well for next turn. So then this name's black. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blue sources available. So if we ponder here off the island, and we want to keep all of these, probably that way, I guess. Fourth land drop. I guess I actually don't hate just Ephemerate in here. Drawing some more cards. Gonna Vines this. I actually think I'm fine with actually countering this. If he wants to try and waste cards in hand to fight over it, then that's fine by me. Cool. Okay. So at 9 cards in hand. 8 got 10. I think I'm okay just probably playing this ponder and then passing. And then we get the discard. Probably a Muldrifter and a cast down. I think I'm fine with that. Maybe should have been another cast down. And I think I'm okay greeding out this Leave No Trace as well. Cycle this because we don't need it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With 1 mana open. Get an attack here. Attack here for 2. Probably just gonna tap out for a soul. Oh. Oh my. These lands are so awkward to use. 5, 6, 7. Cast this. Just get a clock going now. And he's got 4 cards in hand. And we have 3 cast down. The chain is in the bin. And he did nothing. Okay. There's the 4th chainers. Just going to start sending them in. It's on 12. Cool. Just going to play this for black. I'm grading out this Leave No Trace on the Seal of Strength, which I think's fine. Like, you might play another. Just gonna count this. Cool. Managed to get there. Nicely done. I think it's a pretty solid matchup if our mana comes into place. Fits perfectly, but obviously it is a kind of deck like this, and Boggles is one of the decks that kind of put pressure on our mana the most, because we need black early, we need blue early, we also need white quite early to kind of keep up with cards, etc. So those kind of matchups are we're like looking to avoid in particular, because our mana is like that bad. But managed to get there, guys. See if we can get the 5-0, and we currently see you guys for round 5. Hi guys, welcome to final boss time. We are on the draw here, and this hand sucks. So we have 2 Arcane Mans and Ephemerate, which is obviously like a late game engine, and we have a counterspell. We're basically just relying on this counterspell The 2 Arcane Answers are pretty poor. We don't even have the 4th land to cast it. I can easily see more. We do have access to the black though, but I could easily see mulligan in this. This plains is really awkward here. Double Arcane Answer in both opening hands is just not good. This is infinitely better. So we have to put back 2 cards. We put back this plains. Probably the Thriving Isle. And just hope this Preordain's pretty good. I'm going to keep the Chainers because there is a high chance that this deck could obviously just be something where the Chainers is relevant. Most likely not. He puts 2 cards on the bottom. No, that was me. Never mind. Put 2 cards on top. Just going to Thriving out here for black. He's most likely on a Wedding Invitation. What? Oh, he's a Tireless Tribe. Okay. So we're most likely against Tireless Tribe here. I think we kind of want both of these, but we also don't really want both of these. I'm going to top both of them anyways. That one named black, so we name white with the other one. Good job we have Chainers as well. Chainers is really good at getting around like Tireless Tribe. Like Chainers and Cast Down are just both good. He's going to play he's playing an Augur. Okay. He revealed a Ponder. Sweet. So I'm actually just gonna... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Chainers this now while I can. Just gotta keep the board nice and empty. It's the Ponder, sure. Tireless Tribe as a final boss. That's what I'm going with anyways. Snow-covered lands, Augur and Wedding Invitation seem to make me think so. Fumes, not the greatest of draws, so I'm just going to play my land and pass. Probably cycle this. Because with that many cards in hand, like I guess actually it's not too bad if he switches power first. If he inside outs, then he starts discarding stuff. Suffocating Fumes actually isn't that bad. Because he just becomes an X1. Another Wedding Invitation, sure. Like, this is no different than the first and the second one, so... Maybe I'll give it a draw here for the Suffocating Fumes. Arcane Answer. Arcane Answer is actually like not the worst draw. Because we can look at like Chainers in here and get it down through Counterspell. I'm actually going to do this. And then I think I'm going to just bring back the Chainers. Our shields are down, but I think that's fine. Because we do have Ephemerate here as well. She's going to play another Augur here. Impulse. Cool. Cool. The fact that he can't really just play a Tireless Tribe here is great for us. He also has seen our hand. Drawing. The only thing that we struggle with this current deck is stuff like this, where it's just trying to find a mass of cards and then like killers. Is we don't really have the pressure to kind of force it. We just kind of got to hope our interactions just enough to kind of get there. The Suffocating Fumes is obviously infinitely worse now that he knows about it as well. So I think I'm happily going to cycle this probably end of his next turn. I'm assuming he's not going to play the a Tireless Tribe out here with just a Plains out and just pass. Ash Baron's shot. Gets another island. Plays the island, plays a Preordain. Go. 6 cards in hand. Crab's a good draw. I don't think I'm going to cast cycle Suffocating Fumes just yet. Augur. I think Augur's fine. Preordain, sure. Like, Crab's good in the sense that he can't really interact with it. So, like, if he plays a Preordain here. So if he plays Preordain and then thinks, oh, it's okay, the Tireless Tribe's safe, I can just, like, crab him before he plays his land or something. So he does get to play the Tireless Tribe with counter open. So I think I go for a counter spell here. He can counter back. I think it's fine. Circular Logic. I do not want to pay 12. I guess we do this. We gotta bring back a counter spell now, just while we can. Bring back this Ephemerate here. Draw another Ephemerate. So now we get to... Unfortunately, did get the extra land drop, which meant we couldn't really crab, and we're kind of stuck on lands here. So... I'm just going to hope he hasn't got another Circular Logic, which he most likely has. There's the Preordain that we knew about. I think it was the one that we knew about anyways. It's another land here. So, if he doesn't kill us next turn, I'm basically hoping to Ephemerate back. Yeah, he gets a peek, he knows what's up. inside out, target this with 4 cards in hand. So I guess we just try to counter this. And then he has another circular logic, sure. I don't want to pay 17 now. So now it's a 5-1. It's unblockable. We're going to hit for 5. He has 4 cards in hand. So you can give this plus 16, so it's 21. Cool. Yeah, weirdly enough, with these not being the gain lifelines, it like actually ends up mattering quite a bit in this deck. So Chainers Fumes is really weird. I think it's probably fine. I would probably want to revoke for like Wedding Invitation. And I kind of like something like this. So there's no real graveyard. He also has Whiteout, so you can use Whiteout to sack a land to kind of bring it back to hand. So that could be something that we want to look to try and interact with, but probably not. No, I quite just like trying to interact like this. Some lists don't even run Whiteout, so well, that's obviously not happening. Here we can at least cast our spells on time. I think I actually keep this hand, send back an island. Pretty tough matchup for us, I think. Send back an island here. Our opponent kept 7 both games as well. So yeah, just gonna preordain here. I think we top both of these. I'm just doing this in case he plays Peak. Just gonna play Island Pass. Hold up counterspell, and then we can double Ash Barons if he doesn't play anything. Yep, it's fine. So I'm definitely getting a black source, most likely a black and a white source. Could easily see him getting an island there, but we got the island anyways. So we get a hold up counterspell, we get a hold Suffocating Fumes, and most likely if he does nothing again this turn, I will cycle the Suffocating Fumes because we do need some form of pressure or something of that sort. So basic land cycle, planes. I am actually going to counter this. Us blocking is probably part of how we're going to win. That was also a good draw. Just going to play this island. He knows about the planes, which I guess probably was a mistake because I don't need triple blow. That's 7 cards in hand. Brainstorm, sure. Just a really weird matchup for us to interact on as well. Like blocking, and like blocking's our key part of surviving as well, and also getting an early threat down is kind of key for us. I guess we just counter this, and then if he counters back, oh, never mind. So I'm gonna cycle this. One, two, three, four, one open. It's not really what we want. I think we need to start getting a clock down though. So I'm going to play this. We do need to start pressurising him somehow. There's one Tyler's Tribe gone. It's an impulse. Like, we can't hold up doing nothing forever. So I think I'm happy just to try and get, even though it's only 2, it's still like 2 birds. So preordain him. As soon as he's just trying to find whatever he needs. I'm unsure what he does need. Thrive and Isle. So we do have it for black. I'll probably name black because the only thing I need double white for is soul. I'm gonna start pressuring him here. We just have a cast down as some form of interaction. I guess maybe Tormod Script is an option because it counters his circular logics. I can't counter this, unfortunately. I do have a revoke to kind of interact with it. Just gonna keep playing our lands here. Our opponent's almost halfway through his deck, and we're only 16 cards in, so there is a chance that our opponent just has what he needs. 6 cards in hand as well, so he's not under any real pressure, so he's just happy enough to carry on casting cantrips. This must be similar to like style to the Pilly Pala combo deck. I guess the main difference is that Tyler's Tribe kind of keeps itself alive with its ability more often than not. Crab. 2, 4. He's got quite a lot of lands. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I can just start hitting him. What did he do with the Preordain and Ponder? So he chose not to shuffle, and he put 1 card on bottom, 1 card on top. Well, four, 5, 5, 6, 7. So we only have 1 mana open, and he's got 1, 2, 3. I think this is fine to just keep. I don't need to play this land just yet. Yep. If he's cantripping to then play something, I can look at crabbing it. I can maybe even look at like in a turn crabbing the wedding invitation trigger. Or the sure. think I actually do just kill this. Just means that the chainers just get better. Thriving. Just name black here. I don't know if I should hardcast this or not. I have nothing going on. And he has a wedding invitation. I think just he's halfway through his deck though. Surely he was mainly just digging for an inside out. Which again is just going to be able to play around a Mirror Shell Crab here. So I think I'll probably just play this. Opponent is in the tank about taking 2. So he goes to 12. Try to think the best way for. I think the best way is probably just crab. We are low anyways, like low on gas. So I think trying to find, like holding this crab for dear life is probably not going to do anything. Most likely. So I think I'm happy enough to just play it. 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I'm happy enough to just cast this. If he wants to counter it, he can, but I imagine not. I imagine he doesn't really care. He does care. I don't want to pay 15 though. This is fine. We're on a 6 turn. He's on a 6 turn clock, but it's quite a while. Peak knows we have nothing. Now we can go for it. Inside out. Target one of my guys. Cool. So he knows we've got nothing, he still didn't do anything. So I might as well play the land he knows about. Maybe Tormod Script, if we do win this game, maybe Tormod Script is what we're after. I guess interacting with circular logic and potentially whiteout is what we want. Another inside out, sure. Preordain. Put 1 card top, 1 card bottom, assuming it was the Preordain. Put 2 cards on top, so I'm assuming he's found what he's looking for. Augur. Augur into hit. Hit Brainstorm, okay. Hmm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Kind of only drawing about lands. We've seen 12. We have 9 left. 9 in 40. It's a great draw for us. Just gonna tap all my blue because I do have another island if I do draw a counter spell, and he can't circular logic this. Maybe we should have tapped air black there though, I guess. Our opponent is in the tank about this Muldrifter. chainers and preordain. I guess we chainers him, just keep the board empty. Means we can flash it back as well next turn. And then we get to preordain here, suffocating fumes and Muldrifter. Top here, and then just show the Muldrifter. I'm gonna play this land. Kind of represents like cast down or something. Three black sources. Brainstorm into turn, sure. Five, 3, 4, 5, 6. Impulse. He's nearly almost through his deck as well. I really don't know where his tireless tribes are. I don't know if he's got them in his hand or what. I have no idea. Makes me think he's really digging for the... They must be on the bottom or something. Maybe the augurs put them at the bottom or something. Peak, he knows about the Muldrifter. 19 cards left in his deck. Just gonna cast this Muldrifter. Just gonna circular logic this. I am not paying 25. I don't really know what else our opponent could have here. Snap maybe. Revoke existence. Beginning of combat. So I'm just going to hit for 4, I think, and then just revoke this probably. Maybe, if he doesn't die. 4. Giga Drowse. Okay. Giga Drowse for how much? 3, 6. Sure. So I'm assuming he's tapping. So he gets a bird, a land, a land, a land, and a Muldrifter. So he's tapping the white sources and the black sources. Sure. I guess we cycle off this first. I think I'm fine with ephemerating this now. Could have another circular logic, probably does. Yeah. And that's basically all he gets to tap. So nothing we really do there. So he's cast how many circular logic? 1, 2, at least 3, right? 3. 3 circular logics. Nice. I have no idea what was going on there. I do think these are probably what we want. I can see, even though I know this kind of like won us the game there. The 2 birds just getting there. I don't think that's going to happen very often. I can see he couldn't ephemerate. Maybe another later dinner. Just the interact with whiteout, I guess, which he probably doesn't run. but then also interacts with circular logic. So I think I'm happy enough with that. I think we can keep this. Just hope we doesn't have a really aggressive start. And get this Tormod script down. So we can hit white for this. Hit white with the Thriving Isle. Do we? I guess we just hit black because we have 2 white sources here. And then we just cast the Tormod script. Just gets around circular logic. Augur here. Ponder. Okay. Did our opponent keep 7? Yeah, he did. Okay. I'm assuming he's bottoming then. Put 1 on bottom, 1 on top. Okay. Ash Barrens. So we are just gonna Ephemerate a good draw, Island's a good draw, Tormod Script's a good draw. I don't mind any of these. So black, and then I guess we do black again. I don't think we need another white. So obviously not doing anything here. Get to plains. Augur, sure. Brainstorm is fine. So I guess with double black we might as well just name blue here. And we draw the Tormod script. I think I'm fine with drawing the Tormod script. I think. Depends on what he does. I might Ash Barrens end of turn. If he's just attacking for 1, that's fine. 2 Tormod scripts, basically wedding invitation. Sure. Can't do anything about that. Yeah, I'm not gonna Ash Barrens here, I don't think. So we're to play this land. And then cast with a Evoke here. Draw an Archaeomancer. Might have a Dispel. Sure. Can't do anything about that. And then we cast another Tormod script. We've got a lot of nothing going on here, which is my worry. You cast the Brainstorm. Hopefully he doesn't play a Tireless Tribe here. Why did I have to go say something? Hits for 1. Sure. Soul. Well, Soul's not going to do anything against Tireless Tribe and Wedding Invitation. So I guess we kind of just do this for blue. And we kind of hope our opponent doesn't have a peek to see what's in our hand and doesn't go for it. Because he, in theory, he can't circular logic. Oh, So he knows there's nothing going on. Yeah. And then he gets to go for this naturally, he doesn't have to do anything. You can literally just discard loads of cards. Yeah, weirdly enough, the actual, like, not having the life gain lands, like, is surprisingly annoying against this deck, because the, like, little bits of life you do get to gain. The little bits of life you do get to gain here, actually quite relevant, because they end up equating to another card being discarded. So that a lot of the time, I've found that they need to basically be, they need to basically, like, discard an extra card or then combo off with whiteout, because it's you need more than 7 cards in your hand, so it kind of is a bit awkward. But these not being those lands is really annoying, but I don't think there's another way around it. I think that matchup's obviously really, really bad for us, but I don't think I'm particularly bothered. It's not that strong of a deck for everywhere else. It's really weak to, like, Fae, it's really weak to probably Affinity from what I can tell. It's just not that good overall. So we managed to 4-1. Unfortunately, we didn't get the 5-0, but the deck seemed pretty solid. Having access to these these kill spells obviously is really good. The mana is infinitely worse than the blue-white one, but that mana base is also still pretty bad. So I do think it's pretty well positioned, I'd say, overall. I didn't miss Dawnbringer as much because of, obviously, I haven't access to all these kill spells. That Tyler's Tribe deck, I probably, I just accept my losses. I don't really have anything else against it. And I don't really want anything else against it. I think the sideboard was pretty solid. The 4th Chainers is good. I could also see adding another black spell, something like Duress, I guess, is also something that we could see. But Duress is really hard on the mana base. You're never casting it on 1. And it's never going to be that game winning against other decks. I could maybe see something like Castigate as well for the same reasons. But again, it's pretty weak. I think just having a minimal splash is where you want to be. I could easily see cutting a Late Dinner. I did cut it quite a lot in a lot of those games, but having that, even the food token is probably what I really like about the Late Dinner. So I was really impressed with the deck. It was surprisingly alright. I will work on it a bit. I think maybe something like cutting down on these souls is probably a good thing. Even the crab was quite unimpressive, to be honest. I just think a lot of people have, like, adapted around these styles of decks and just naturally play around crab, and the 5/7 body's not actually that good, unfortunately. So I think maybe something like Mournwelk might be a shout. Something along them lines, or just another kind of evoker that you can kind of take advantage of. But yeah, I do think the deck's not that bad. I was quite surprised how well it felt. The mana base was a bit clunky, but you kind of work around it. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I will see you guys next time. And don't forget to like and subscribe.